Hi everybody, it's Karen. Back in the car, got a lot of questions to catch up on. This one's a very, very important question. I don't have all my stuff in this car, so bear with me. I'm going to see if I can get that to stay. Okay, so this is a really important question someone sent me. All of your questions are really, really important, but this one borders on, you got to be careful what you say. Okay, so first thing I want to tell you that if you send me a question, there's been I'm just inundated with questions, and I'm so grateful for that. But all of them need to be addressed. All of them are serious and important. And so if you don't see an answer from me immediately, please go to my YouTube channel and check out the videos there. They're all, my marketing director categorized them all beautifully, so you can find them quickly and easily. And let's see, sorry, I just got a call and then it makes it go away. It's like a magic secretary. She's doing a video right now and she can't speak. So anyway, go to my YouTube channel. It's just search Karen Gardinier and look and see if there's something on there that fits what you have. These are all very similar questions. If not, if I still haven't answered, please go to, I have a community text number. You can privately text me your question. That's where I'd like them to come, because they're all in one space. Sometimes I lose them. And because there's so many avenues, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. So just use my community text or go on my website and send me, you can book time with me on a calendar there and then guarantee that we have some time. And we usually do that on Zoom, so it's face-to-face. So just bear with me while I catch up. This one's really important and it's unusual. That's because if you speak to someone, if you ask this question to a clinical person, if we had a therapist, a doctor, a nurse, a counselor sitting right next to me on a talk show, right? And I'm in one chair as the alcoholic, addict, codependent person, the layman, right, with just experience and no certificate, and then someone with a certificate and maybe, no experience, and they might have experience, but they're bound by the law, right? And a lot of people are afraid to answer this question because it can really go sideways. So I'm going to answer it, and I'm going to do my best to give you both sides. Okay, so the question was, a wonderful parent contacted me and said that their 45-year-old son, alcoholic addict, was very depressed. He can't stay sober. He goes into treatment, drinks within 24 hours. He's done that like 4 or 5 times, they said. He's sick and tired of being sick and tired. I get it, right? And he keeps kind of hinting like he doesn't want to go on anymore. He can't live drunk anymore, and he can't get sober, right? And that is the jumping off point. So that's the crux of the seriousness of this, giving advice. If you have a friend or family member, that's hard, because if you tell them something and then the person ends up hurting or harming themselves or ending their life, then you gave the wrong advice. And if you don't tell them the right thing, this could go on and on and on and on, and they're just milking you. So it's a weird spot. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a couple of stories about myself that will help you, and then you get to make the decision. Okay, so my experience as an alcoholic, working with alcoholics, running a treatment center, is that we will say anything to get what we want. So my question to this parent is, first thing, this child is 45 years old. No longer a child. That's my first thing I'm going to say. This child is not 14. He's not even 18. He's 45. I'm just saying. Now, I need to know some background here. Are you paying his bills? Is he in your house, living in your basement because he can't get sober, can't keep a job? I know that you're the champion behind his sobriety, but are you also the champion behind his support? I don't know that. So when alcoholics and addicts are forced with, this is my experience, okay, are forced with a stop what you're doing, it will feel like they want to kill themselves. They will say, they sink into a mire of self-pity. I can't get this, this is never going to happen. I can't take it anymore. I've been to 4 treatment centers. My question is, did he pay for those treatment centers? Or did you pay for those treatment centers? Did his insurance pay for the treatment centers and you paid for the deductible? Because when you're forking out your own cash for treatment, it makes a big difference. It's like when you buy a kid a car. They don't get it. Right? They don't get it. They get a little scratch. It's no big deal. Keep moving. Keep down. There's trash in the car. They're running the thing over the 3,000 miles. If they paid for their own car, there wouldn't be a scratch on it. They'd be changing the oil every 3,000 miles. They'd be looking at this thing, right? So I'm telling you that I don't know if he paid for his treatment or not, but he's at a point where he's got to do something. This is the point you want people to get to when there's nowhere else to go. Death, insanity, prison. That really is the force that makes you make a decision, right? When you're at the end of the road. So when you get to the end of the road and it's jails, institutes, or death, change can take place. There's room for God then. There's a smashing of the ego that happens when you got no other fucking way out. I'm laughing because this is me. I mean, people get really mad when I laugh, but I'm passionate about this. If you stop this from happening, there's no change. It's the exact same thing if you're trying to lose weight. You've got to lose weight, right? But when do you really put on when someone says, boy, you put on weight, or you can't get in your jeans anymore, right? Your bra doesn't fit. It's like, oh shit. I either got to buy all new clothes or I got to lose some weight, right? You got a wedding to go to. Maybe it's your wedding. All of a sudden, you got to lose weight. So there's got to be that tension, that uncomfortability. Now he's in that right now. He's thinking he doesn't want to go on. My experience is the people that want to kill themselves don't usually tell anybody. Sometimes they do, but a lot of times they don't. And not usually alcoholics and addicts. You will see the self-pity be so great. You will know, Otherwise, it can be a manipulation tactic. Now, I'm going to give you some of the stories, okay? When I was running a treatment center, I had this girl come. She was the biggest pain in the ass. Oh my God. She came from like Beverly Hills or something. I don't know where she came from, LA area, some really gated. I mean, her home was gated, not in a gated community. She had this thing, you got a bus to get in, and then you drive 14 miles to the house. It was a big deal. And she came and she was just a pain in the ass. And I told her, you know what? You are not, she wanted to sleep till noon and have people deliver her food to her room. I was like, are you kidding? This is not the Ritz-Carlton. And she came down to me and she said, you know what? I want to go. I said, where are you going? Your parents don't want you to go home. Where are you going? You got no place to go. I'm sorry, I am a bitch. But this disease kills people and I push. Okay? So that's why I said that. I said, you got nowhere to go. Where are you going? And she goes, well, I hate it here. And I don't want to get sober. This is horrible. I'm just going to kill myself. If you don't let me call my parents for a car and go home, I'm going to kill myself. Well, I knew very well that this must be what she says to her parents, and they do anything for her so she doesn't kill herself, so they don't feel bad, right? And I said, did you just say you're going to kill yourself? And I picked up the phone and I called the police and I had them come out to do a 5150. Well, she was pissed, right? She was like, you bitch. She knew, right? I did what her parents couldn't do. I called her bluff. And they came and they got her outside the gate and they talked to her and they said, listen, you know, we could take you in for a 5150 where you get, you know, we keep you in your psychiatric eval because you're of a harm to yourself or others, which is the law. You're supposed to do that. If someone tells you, if you're in a position like I was, that's what you're supposed to do. You have to, by law, you have a responsibility. If someone says they're going to kill themselves, you have to call them 5150 them. So that's the clinical side of it. Now, is she going to kill herself? No, she wasn't going to kill herself. Has she been telling her parents that? Yep, she's been telling her parents that. So she had to make a decision, and they told her, the police said, you'd probably be best just to go in here. I mean, it looks like there's a swimming pool. and that nice lady who's trying to help you, that was me. And, you know, all your friends are in there, and you know, you got an opportunity at a new life in there. Or we can take you to the psych ward. And she decided to come back in. And she hated me. But you know what? I don't care. I love this little girl. I am that little girl, right? I get it. But it took a real, like, stand up against the disease. See, her parents couldn't do that. Her parents don't know. Her parents bought the, you know, well, what if she does kill herself? I don't think she's gonna, but what if she does? Oh my God, you better go ahead and buy her the car, you know, whatever. So this illness will use anything. So when someone's 45 years old, back to the question, and they're telling you they want to kill themselves, you need to ask them, do you need psychiatric care? You know, should I call for help? And they go, no. I didn't say I was going to kill myself. I said I wanted to die. Two different things. That is two different things. There's times when I wanted to die, but I wasn't going to kill myself. Does that make sense? So you take the clinical side as a parent. Do what I did in that treatment center and call the bluff. Otherwise, you're 45. Get some fucking help. And if maybe the 4 treatment centers didn't work because he didn't have to pay for them, maybe until he doesn't have any money and he goes to one on the street, you know, one of these missions that's free, a lot of people get sober there. You know why? Because they have no choice. Is he leaving treatment and drinking in 24 hours because he's coming back and staying in your basement? That's not very much incentive to stay sober. Is he going to AA? Does he know what's wrong with them? Ask him to watch some of my videos. See if he'll give me a call. I'll talk to him. He's got to understand what's wrong with him so he can treat it. The problem is he's going to treatment centers where they're not talking about the problem. All they're doing is getting him physically detoxed. They're separating him from his drug of choice. But they're not showing him how to treat it and why he has to treat it every day for the rest of his life, one day at a time, right? And how to live sober, how to outthink this problem. This is the problem, right? So ask him if he really wants help. If you think you're going to kill yourself, would you talk to this woman? She's an alcoholic addict. She has a solid answer. Would you talk to her? No. Oh, but you're willing to kill yourself. You know, well, you're going to need to get a job. You're going to need to get your own place. You're going to need to move on. You need to get out of my house. 45 years old. He should be looking after you in the real world, in the big scheme of things. He's got alcoholism. He's not a bad guy. He's a sick guy. So you got to think more about the sickness, not about that. Because really, if you don't take some kind of a stand with him and back up, get to Al-Anon, get your own help, he's going to die anyway. He's going to die of alcoholism. Might take a while, might be very quick. I've seen it. I've seen a lot. You're really powerless over this. However, if you don't want him to kill himself before that, then the next time he says, I'm going to kill myself, you call the police. Have the police come and get him some help. Maybe that'll wake him up. So you don't want to play around with this. You need to be able to live whatever decision you make. Whether it's call the police for a 5150. Now remember, you can call the police for a 5150 and they show up and they say, sir, did you say you were going to kill yourself? And he says, no, I didn't say that. They're going to say, bye. And then he's going to be pissed at you. So you have to stand your ground and say, well, then don't say that anymore. Don't be telling me you're going to kill yourself. Unless you're going to kill yourself, I'll get you help. But otherwise, don't do that. Not in my house. It's killing me. Every time you say you want to die, it's killing me. I mean, for God's sakes, we're parents. I'm a parent. When my daughter is ill or sick and says to me she wants to die, you could rip my heart out. I would throw myself in front of a train before I let anything to happen to her. So, I mean, I get it. So you tell him, knock that off. You're 45. If you're going to kill yourself, let's get you some fucking help. And if you're not going to kill yourself, stop saying it because it's really hurting me. That you stand up to this disease. You tell him, no. You get sober and get out of my house. Find an answer. There's a woman that'll talk to you. There's about 18 million Alcoholics Anonymous meetings on Zoom and in person. Get there and get some fucking help. Because it's killing me. I want to live a happy, joyous life. And I want to know that you're going to take care of me in my older age. And you ain't doing it. So pull yourself together, 45-year-old son. And if he says, well, I think I'm going to kill myself, you call the police. Don't dick around with this disease. It'll fucking drag you through the mud. I love you to death. You let me know if you need more and go to Al-Anon. I love you.